SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
At Community Bank, we're here for every part of your financial journey. From personal banking to growing your business or buying a home, our expert guidance makes it simple. We're more than a bank. We're your partner for life's biggest moments. Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Pike County, here comes your morning show. Dave in the morning on 93.5 FM, SuperTalk Mississippi.
So now, understand, you're not going to dictate to me what I do and what I don't do, but I'm still the mayor, Mr. Clark.
None of this meeting is recorded. None by any parties. Correct?
No, sir, mine is recorded. I'm being accused.
Any conversation.
Said I want to make it on record. I want the allegations in writing, or the accused, or on recording of this harassment.
And now, here's your host, Dave Hughes.
Well, a big old good morning to you. How are you doing today? Hope it's a fantastic day for both you and yours. If not, well, actually, normally I would say, if not, we're going to do what we can to change that. The problem is there was a board meeting last night, and we know how that goes. It's what we're going to be taking a look at this morning. Is the next to last board meeting of this administration. After last night, we've got 2 more meetings with this particular lineup left. That's it. That's all we got. And I will say, last night, it was a fairly controversy-free meeting. There's still some things we need to talk about, but nobody threw anything across the room. There was no spontaneous breaking into song. It was just a normal meeting. Unfortunately, it was a normal meeting from the standpoint of normality in McComb, Mississippi. There was discussion. The hotel motel tax fund came up several times last night. And I think it did a good job of exemplifying how we don't seem to know what we're doing. That's what it feels like. It gives the impression that we're literally just making stuff up as we go. Here was one of the first discussions about the hotel motel tax fund last night because they wanted to transfer money out of it. Now, this conversation happened after Select Woman at Large Isaac made the comment earlier and was questioning somebody and saying there's no money in the hotel motel tax. It's committed. It's done. Everything that comes in is already spent for a while. And then we get the request to transfer not a small amount of money out of that fund. That's this audio.
Number 7, consider approving a budget amendment from the Hotel Motel bank account to be transferred into the following accounts. 186 300-520 other supplies, supplies / expense, 186, 300, 695, other contract charges and services, and 186, 300, 770, other equipment in the amount of $200,000. Kind of got a motion and second.
So moved.
Selectman Cardi.
Second.
Selectman Thompson. Discuss.
$200,000 out of a bank account where we say every last penny has already been accounted for. We've been saying that for a while. This is not new information. It's not a surprise. And yet we want to transfer money out. And here's the thing you have to keep separate. You have to keep separate the logicalness of the request. You separate that from how worthy of a request it is. Not a bad request. You're just trying to dip out of a dry well to fill your bucket, unfortunately. Let's keep going.
Discussion. Selectman Cardi.
I think it'd be good if it was clarified to us what the purpose of the $200,000 was.
Okay, Miss Joyce.
Yes, sir.
Call upon you again.
That is fine. Okay, I have a list of repairs that need to be done. First off, I thought with the CA about it. He said he don't have no money in his budget. I have a leak that's at the sports park at the entrance that goes all the way across. And it's in my mechanical room too. So when it rains, where my Wi-Fi and all of my electrical equipment is that room. So you can walk in there, that hole that needs to be repaired. The parking garage down at the depot, which people use all the time, there is a leak in those bathrooms. When I had a flood at the shop, one of my side-by-side got damaged. My ice machine got damaged, and we need all of that. Ontario's Park, that splash pad, the part that was stolen, that those wonderful babies get the press, it was stolen the week of, yes. And it's over $4,500 to get repaired. And it go on and on.
Again, not a bad request in there. This is all important things. I would argue we could probably move the bathrooms at the parking garage down to the bottom because we went literally for years, I think it might have been decades, where those were just locked. Nobody ever used them. Nobody was able to use them, except on very rare occasions. So, the various things have different levels of importance. Again, the problem is not the requests. The problem is, well, we're out of money. You know, she already asked and was told there was no money in the budget to fix any of this from Public Works. So now we're going to try to get $200,000 out of a fund where every penny is already accounted for. And please realize this. This is Miss Joyce looking for some way to make this happen. I applaud her for that. She's got needs. She's got things that have to be done for the citizens of McComb. And unfortunately, I think this might have been the best possible solution. It's not as bad as it sounds, though, as you'll find out in a moment. But on a side note, this is what we talk about when we say there's no transparency. We have heard that word for how long now in the city of McComb? In the interest of being fully transparent, okay, when were you going to tell us that part missing from the splash pad was stolen? Did you hear the murmur that went through the board meeting room when she said that? Didn't get broke. I had found out from other sources, but officially, you know, you could tell when she said that. Nobody in the room knew that. We have to quit trying to save the feelings of the crooks so that things look good. Somebody went over there to Otarius Marks Park, remember how it got its name, and stole a $4,500 part off of the splash pads. And as a result, as we head into summer, the kids don't have a splash pad over there, and they don't have the money to get a replacement part. I mean, chances are decent it'll just get stolen again if they do replace it, unless you come up with a solution for that. We have a lot of problems in the city of McComb, and just kind of trying to ignore very important details about those problems, it's not helpful. It's not productive at all. And it just kind of feels like that's what happened here. Listen, I'm going to go back a little bit. Listen to the reaction in the room where she says it was stolen. I may have gone back far enough. If not, we'll drop back even further.
One of my side-by-side got damaged. My ice machine got damaged. And we need all of that. Ontario's part, that splash pad part that was stolen, those wonderful babies get the press, it was stolen the week of, yes. And it's over $4,500 to get repaired.
You hear how the room reacted to that. If you make sure nobody knows, or as few people as possible know, what's actually going on, it will not get fixed. That's a rock-solid rule of life. We have a lot of problems. It's not all broken equipment. It's not all financial. How long have you and I been talking about this? It's a cultural problem. It's a societal problem. And we've got to address that and fix it, or things will not improve no matter what we do. Let's go back to the audio.
And it go on and on.
Slight County.
I think the concern would be, so in our mind, a certain amount of money comes into hotel motel, and every year a certain amount of money is coming out of hotel motel. Now you're increasing, what you're spending out of it. Where are you getting the money to be able to pay for this extra $200,000?
It's a great question.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you've underspent the hotel motel revenues in past years, saved it up, and you're kind of jumping into savings a little bit to cover this stuff.
Well, with some of the expenses that the board agreed upon, put me over.
Okay. So you have...
Wait. Okay. So what you're telling me is you're spending $200,000 more than what was budgeted is the request here. And you're saying that you have saved some money and not spend as much as you were supposed to spend. So we've got this extra to do. And she said, actually, what the board has requested has put me over. Yeah.
Have the money. It's just, and you're just aligning the budget to what you plan on spending this year.
Yes.
Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Select Thompson.
So, you said, I heard you mention a flood. Does the insurance cover any of that?
They didn't cover anything.
No, really?
Don't get insurance.
Well, the fact is that the deductible is $10,000.
And we asked the insurance company. They came down, they looked, they said it was not covered.
It's her recommendation, go down.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm just saying, also the deductible is $10,000.
I got you.
Mr. CA?
Hey, let you and I be sure and talk about that. The fact that they covered nothing, I don't think that's good practice. So we can talk about it and see if we can come up with a new plan.
Okay. Any other discussion?
No.
None? All in favor say aye.
Was that the most excited, happy group of people voting you've ever heard? Listen to this. It's like kids being asked to get out their math book. We're going to do extra chapters today. Functionally, that's kind of what was going on, but that's the emotion in that aye vote. Listen to it again.
See if we can come up with a new plan.
Okay. Any other discussion?
No.
None? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Selectman Mullins, Selectman Thompson, Selectman Cotting, Selectman McKenzie, Selectman Bailey, Selectman Isaac, all saying aye. Now,
you get the impression, and this is, we've got half the board that has short timer syndrome. They got 2 more meetings after last night, and they're like, oh, can we be done with this? You cannot blame them. This is the part that they're not going to miss because they're no longer going to be in office. And it just kind of showed through a little bit right there. All in favor? Aye. Okay, fine. Don't blame them. I'm actually not mocking them. I'm just pointing it out. Totally understandable.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality.
When we come back, in the middle of the meeting, there was an executive session. Take a look at the results of that when we come back on Super Talk, Mississippi Pike County 93.5. Keep it here.
Like Mussolini and Kennedy, I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't escape in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. Super Talk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all around, it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Weekday mornings at 6 after 9 on 93.5 FM, or you can catch up anytime by going to
SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave in the morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Catch up and catch on.
Shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park. The meantime, south of the river, you stop and you hold everything. And then it's blowing Dixie, double for time. You feel alright when you hear that music ring. Well, now you step inside, but you don't see too many faces.
Welcome back. Super Talk, Mississippi Pike County 93.5 on a Wednesday morning. A beautiful day outside again at the moment. Still a chance of rain today. And tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and you get the idea. We've got up to a half-inch of rainfall possible today, 80% chance. So hopefully you remember to grab your hip waders before you left for work. 7-day forecast goes through next Tuesday. Every day and every night has a chance of rain on it. So, yay? Yeah, we'll go with that. That sounds good. All right, in the middle, after they did item number 9 on the agenda, they went into executive session. It was a little bit of a hodgepodge meeting. They had an addendum item that they moved to the front of the meeting, but that was because it was installing a new fireman, hiring a new fireman, and they didn't want, the new fireman to have to sit there through the entire meeting until they got to the end and got to him. It was an hour-and-a-half meeting last night. No sense in spending that young man's time doing that, so they moved it up to the front of the meeting, went ahead, got him hired, and moved on. But then, like I said, just a few items later, they went ahead and made the motion to go into executive session. Now, that was primarily because they had used up the regular agenda. They just hadn't used up most of the meeting, as they found out when they came back out. But when they came out from the executive session, this was the report from the mayor on what happened in there.
Do want to inform the public that there was 2 action items taken in executive session. There was a motion by Selectwoman Baylor, second by Selectman Thompson, to consider authorizing the city attorney to file an answer in an ethics complaint, and all the board members voted aye.
Nay, potato.
That's political.
That's the second one.
That's the second one.
Okay.
You don't even know what you voted yay on and what you voted nay on. It's a good look. It really is. It's a good look. But it's an honest mistake. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Then the second item was motion by Selectwoman Baylor, second by Selectwoman McKenzie, to consider authorizing the city attorney to address potential litigation regarding the general election. And the ayes were Selectwoman Baylor, Selectman Mullins, Selectman Thompson, Selectman Cotting, Selectman McKenzie. Selectwoman Isaac said nay in that.
Okay. So, unfortunately, that qualifies as business as usual for the City Board of McComb. Got an ethics complaint. No, not this fine Sterling City Hall that has been run like a well-oiled machine for 8 years. No one's buying that. But authorize the city attorney to respond to that, and authorize the city attorney to get going working on a lawsuit. Just another day. That's the way it works. Now, came back after the executive session, and Selectman Cotting had a 3-item addendum, I should say, to add to it. One of those was signing off on the proclamation recognizing Brandy Norwood. The third one is the one that I think probably caught everyone's attention. It regards the Pike County Arts Council and the State Theater. As you know, the Arts Council a week or 2 ago said that they were breaking their lease. They were dropping out of leasing the State Theater because the electric bill was through the roof. Literally. And they just couldn't afford it. Makes sense. Well, Selectman Cotting brought an update.
Consider discussing PCAC lease.
PCAC lease.
Because I did ask for that.
Okay.
This is the lightest piece of paper.
No, right?
Can I get a second? Can I get a second?
Second.
Selectwoman Baylor. Okay, we all got a copy of the letter from the Pike County Arts Council, where they are requesting, letting us know that they will continue to operate the
if and only if
State Theater if the city would pay the electrical bill. We've already authorized, and I did instruct Mr. Bell to hire an electrician
to investigate that project, find out what's causing that issue with the high electrical bill. But here we are. I'm sure the city attorney has something to say on this, so I'm going to go to the city attorney first.
Okay. Now, I want you to remember something as we move forward in this conversation. There is an expression, you're familiar with it, opening a can of worms. It's used in a lot of various ways. Well, boy, you sure did open a can of worms. Well, we don't want to open this can of worms. The reason why is once you open the can of worms, those slimy little beings will squirm all over everything. They'll mess up the world, right? This discussion, not because of the Arts Council at all. They made a great counter proposal. They came up with the idea, hey, you pay for the electric bill and we'll keep maintaining the building and keep it in use. They made the proposal. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing. That does not mean it did not open a can of worms for the board. Just listen.
I did, because the last time, if the board will pay the power bill, you cannot make a donation to a private entity.
Okay, private as well as nonprofit. That nonprofit, same thing. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Okay. And this has been discussed before at times. When you do make a donation, there's a yearly limit to how much you can donate. Boys and Girls Club comes screaming to mind. They have to keep it at $10,000 or below per year. That's been discussed many, many times. The current board attorney, though, says the city cannot make a donation to a private entity, whether it be a private business, whether it be a charitable organization, a 501c3, none of that matters. She says you can't do that. Well, yeah, just listen.
Mr. CA.
I did have an electrician do an assessment, and part of the issue is they never shut the the AC units off. They run continuously, whether anyone is in the building or not. They never shut the units off. They can't shut the units off because they can't find the key to the lockbox to turn them off. And so the last conversation I had with the electrician, he says if he has to drill it out so that they can shut the units off, he'll do that. I've not instructed him to do so, but it appears as if the biggest portion of the issue is related out. They simply have to turn those units off or adjust the temperature when they are not actively using the facility.
Makes sense. Now, I will say this as a counter argument. Yeah, you can't find the key, can't get in there to turn it off. Okay, makes sense. But if you're familiar with the State Theater, it is a very old building. Very old. Historic building. You don't cool that down an hour before you start. It's not going to work. Everybody's going to be in there sweating to death during the summer. So you have to have more air conditioner usage than you think you might need to properly cool that enormous old brick building. Now, having said that, they could adjust it. They could turn the thermostat up a little bit to where it doesn't have quite as hard of a pull, because if nothing is running in there, we've seen that before. If nothing is running in there, it takes a day or two to cool it down to a livable temperature for the people to come in and enjoy the performances. On a side note, with Mississippi summers being what they are, if you leave a building non-climate controlled, it starts to break down. You start to have other problems. That's just the way it works. So you've got to have some kind of climate control running 24/7. Especially in a building as old and historic as the State Theater, you're asking for problems if you don't. So just wanted to clarify that. I mean, city administrator had a point, but there are multiple reasons for more air conditioner usage than you might think they need. Could they do better if they had the key? Yeah, definitely. Is that going to completely fix the problem? No. That has always been a problem with the State Theater. It cost an arm and 6 legs to keep it cool during the summer. Let's go back to the conversation here because we got another little turn coming.
Selectman Kai.
Thank you for that. Madam Solicitor Attorney, so your stance is that we cannot pay for the electricity on a building we own if the tenant is a 501c3? That's your stance?
You cannot make a donation to a private entity. That is not my stance. That is Mississippi law, sir.
So what are we doing at the Alpha Center?
Hello, worms! Crawling around everywhere. Gumming up the works, leaving a mess. Once you open a can of worms, you don't have any control over where they squirm to. Here's what Selectman Cotting meant by that.
I don't know. What are you guys doing at the Alpha Center?
It has 3 nonprofits housing that building.
And is the city paying for electricity there?
It's a shared building.
Yes. Yes, the city is.
Should be.
So, now we are off into the realm to where in your last month in office, you have a choice. Either you admit to unfair treatment, you'll break state law for one thing, but not for another. Or you fix the problem and make sure everyone adheres to state law, which means you stop paying the electric bill for the Alpha Center, which means somebody else has to pay the electric bill for the Alpha Center, and that's going to go great. Everyone's going to be excited about that. Just leave the cans of worms sealed. I think sometimes just very quietly handle it and go on about your business, right? Just very quickly. Oh no, we're 3.5 minutes into a 10+ minute discussion here.
Lease, based upon the lease, $1 lease, or whatever it is. I don't remember.
Does it just need to be added to the lease that the city will maintain the building and part of maintaining the building? So if they continue this lease under the structure that it is, for the most part, with the understanding that we're
revise the lease and that the lease includes.
Well, we're still searching for possible other tenants because we authorized the city administrator to go 6-8 weeks, something, to look for other tenants while we're in this period. So.
Well, they said that this letter says that they will, basically this letter is a rescission of their notice of termination, then they will maintain the lease until the other people get their 501c3 status.
Only if the city pays the power bill.
Right, yeah, that part too.
I'm surprised you're allowing such a thing.
but again, not only do we pay that, we pay the bill, the energy bill at the depot.
Yeah, there was more.
And remember, we stopped her. She was in the process of renewing the lease and all that, and we stopped her from doing that because it was election year. New board come in.
Yeah, my stance is the same.
Yeah.
My stance is like, in my opinion, I want them to maintain it through this advertising period, and then this new board makes a decision after that advertising period is over. For me, it's just the next 8 weeks, what the plan for the building is.
Worms everywhere. Notice we very quickly steered away from the fact that the city is paying the electric bill for the depot. The city is paying the electric bill for the Alpha Center. Okay, in all fairness, should probably pay it for the State Theater too. Just pointing something out there. Or they pay it for nobody. That's the two options. But when you have a long-standing lease, that's a court case waiting to happen. If you've been doing it for years and suddenly you say, oh, wait, turns out we were violating state law this whole time, well, there's all sorts of court actions coming. But court actions are the bread and butter of City Hall and McComb. Remember, this discussion is happening after the executive session where they voted to authorize the city attorney to respond to an ethics complaint and also authorize the city attorney to file a lawsuit on behalf of the city. So lawsuits are what they live and breathe. Has been that way for a while. So unfortunately, lawsuits are no deterrent to doing basically whatever the heck we want to do. Again, Alpha Center, the depot building, city's paying the electricity for both of those. I don't know, and she would know way more than I would, obviously. One of the two of us has a law degree. The other one is a dingbat on the radio. But I just feel like paying the electric bill for a building the city owns might be slightly different from making a donation to the organization leasing it. That's my thought, which is more than likely 100% wrong, but I understand the confusion. You even heard Selectman Cotting trying to ask some clarifying questions because it just doesn't feel right, does it? Also, I would like to point out that we have had the state auditor in here looking over stuff and paying attention. Have they ever said anything about that? State auditor's office really good at catching you when you're violating state law. So I don't know. There's a lot of people we can ask to go on up to the state level, whether it be the attorney general, whether it be the state auditor's office. Say, hey, can we do this because of this law? We want to make sure we do this right. Is this a thing we can do? Now, of course, that leaves out the other part of the equation in this. The electric bill for the city of McComb. Can they afford it because the city is broke? We know this. We just had a conversation a couple of minutes ago about having to transfer money that we may or may not actually have available to transfer from the hotel motel tax fund to make some very necessary repairs in the recreation department because they don't have the budget and Public Works doesn't have the budget. Why? Because we're broke. We have spent $1.25 of every dollar we've brought in for the last decade. And this is where we wind up. Can we take on an electric bill? Just a thought. Just a thought. Let's go back to the audio.
So my stance is, can we get a locksmith or somebody to help the lock and turn the utilities off? That's very high.
Yeah,
I feel something was on.
I would just need to instruct the electrician just to drill the lock out
and turn it off. Because if nobody's in there while we're cooling the seats.
All right, so
that's right. The only thing is that because of the oldness of the building, at some point it needs to be on automatic.
Wait,
let me finish, please.
Yes, sir.
And at set temperature of probably 80 for it to come on once the building gets that hot, but no use of running it at 65.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but you've got to have some sort of temperature control in a building or it starts to degrade. That's the point the mayor was trying to make there, which I made earlier. I agree with 100%. That's especially in a building that old. You have to. You will start seeing the bricks crumble and everything else if you don't have some sort of temperature control in there. It's too old. It feels almost as beat down as I do. So you've got to make some... You can't just turn it off and walk away. It's not good. It's not helping the building at all, which is city property. Because her response was, just turn the electricity off, period. What are they going to do? Well, it's not what they're going to do. It's what the building is going to do.
So,
Selectman.
I yield.
Okay, Selectman Thompson.
So, I know the building, so.
And you don't want mold and mildew to set up.
That's correct. So how well insulated and ventilated?
I'm not sure.
8 inches, 12 inches of brick.
It's all brick
I mean, we
building.
got foam
Same thing
insulation.
as
We've got.
the bricks showing on the inside. It ain't like this where it's covered up.
What?
It's brick.
The lock box?
No.
No, the building.
He said, how's it insulated?
What about the attic?
12 inches.
The attic, I'm
It's not
not.
insulated.
I'm sure it's not.
Well, I mean,
I'm sure it has some
the first step moving toward it.
No, but first step is turning it back off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even if you turn it off, it's going back out the ceiling. It's going.
What's
By the way, cold air sinks. It doesn't rise. Heat rises. But remember all the screaming we've had over the years about you will wait until you are recognized before you speak? The mayor has been very stringent on that. You know, except for last night.
not no electric, no light, no air is on, no lights are on, so the meter's not running. Only runs when somebody's there. If they're there for an hour, it's gonna take a long time to get cool, so they'd be hot to leave quickly. Then turn it right back off.
A brand new unit. Attorney, how do you want me to word the rewrite of the lease for no longer than 90 days? If I were to make a motion to ask you to do that?
To rewrite the lease?
Yeah. For no longer than 90 days?
Well,
Or you want to do that?
I mean, they are, that's interesting. Because they have rescinded, by this letter, they, subject to the X terms, they have rescinded their notice of termination.
But we haven't accepted it.
You haven't accepted what?
This letter. This letter has to be accepted by the board and spread it across our minutes. If it's not accepted by the board, then it don't,
You want the first letter or the second letter?
This letter.
Well, the first one was never, it was just discussed.
Yeah. But they automatically.
I'm surprised she's letting us do this. I'm surprised she's not saying, once they give notice, they give notice.
They
gave
No.
Okay.
That's not my call.
We're asking for legal advice, Madam Solicitor.
It's not my fault. That has been the prevailing work attitude in the city of McComb government for quite a while now. Everything's going right down the tubes. Well, it's not my fault. Not my fault. I didn't do it. Wasn't me. And then the problem doesn't get fixed. Instead, we somehow manage to make it worse. At least in a lot of cases with our proposed solutions. Not picking on the board attorney here, because in this particular case, she's exactly right. None of this is her fault. She just showed up for work. Letters coming in the mail. She didn't bring any of that about. None of this is her fault. So I would agree with that.
To do what?
For you to draft a lease for 90 days to cover this or something.
All right.
But they didn't say
Okay.
about 90 days.
I'm just picking a number.
But they didn't say the people who see, we should hear it from them that they want 90 days, not from
So you just want to kick them out right now and just...
Hey, they give me the contract, not us. They didn't say they want 90 days. I'm just saying, that's you speaking.
I'm just trying to get us through this election cycle.
Selectwoman Isaac, as always, the voice of reason.
We still advertised for people, so that's written in stone.
Just table it. If that's your goal, just table it.
Well, I think they want someone to start in 3 days.
They want us to pay for the utility bill, and based upon
Table it, because they also want the other people to put on their little plate. So
Yeah,
y'all want something, they want something.
but in 3 days, the notice, the verbal notice they gave us is up in 3 days, 4 days. So, we have to take some action, or they should be giving us keys back on the 1st. Or am I misunderstanding?
Okay. Hold on, let me go back to the picture. Look, it says the players are in rehearsal for a play which
You're describing what that says.
will be presented July 16th through 19th, so they will need access to the theater. They're wanting the players, the junior players, to have access, and they're giving them access through you. So I would say, if your concern is that no action be taken until post election, table it.
But then who pays electricity bill June 1st?
If they have a bill, they got to pay it.
Motion to table.
Motion second.
Lights go off, man.
Okay, there's a motion to table by Selectman McKenzie. Is there a second?
I said second.
Okay, Selectwoman Isaac. Any discussion about the table?
Table.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposers, nay. Ayes being Selectman McKenzie, Selectman Mullins, Selectman Collins, Selectman Thomas, Selectwoman Isaac. Motion table.
All of that chaos, all of that discussion, all of that everybody talking at once like a kindergarten class during snack time, and we wind up with nothing being done. The efficiency is, quite frankly, overwhelming. It's just impressive, isn't it? That's why the election went the way it went, by the way. This is the business as usual we've got to do away with. And again, notice how we completely drifted away from the fact that the city is paying the electric bill for other groups using city property through a lease. But we are still digging our heels in. We're not going to do it for the Arts Council. Okay, you can't do it both ways. You just can't. Because, well, we have also talked about fairness, about unity, about equity, all of those words. It always seems to go in just one direction, though. That has to apply to everybody. Everybody has to play by the same rules. If we have been playing by the wrong rules, we have to fix it. If we haven't, well, you go in there, you change the lockbox, and you control the air conditioner. The city. You just go in. They have to get you to come over, Public Works to send somebody over to unlock it and set it when you're going to be practicing and when you're going to be doing a play. And the rest of the time, you leave it set at a higher number to cut down on the electric bill. And then the city pays the bill. That's my thought. Or we can spend another 15 minutes in the boardroom, rabble over and over like the Hamburglar on amphetamines, and get nothing accomplished.
If you cry,
apparently the only two options. So I said all that to say this. Business as usual in the city of McComb. It's going great. 2 more meetings. Two more meetings. And then we'll see if we can get this engine cranked up for real. Final thoughts after our final break on this Wednesday morning on SuperTalk, Mississippi, Pike County 93.5. Keep it here.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't miss Dave in the morning, even when you miss it the first time. You can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Wanna get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have to pray. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world.
That is it on this Wednesday morning. All things considered, a short meeting last night. Not bad. Well, a short meeting before the executive session. Then they went into executive session for a good little while. And then came out and spent as much time in the second half of the meeting as they did the first. But on the bright side, at least we got not everything accomplished. So go team. Once again, I'm going to say it once again. 2 more meetings. We have 2 more meetings of this administration. And then we see a change in who's sitting around that table. Still not sure that's going to change the whole Arts Council situation. We'll keep an eye on that, keep you up to date. My friend, you have a wonderful day. Stay cool and stay dry. You won't pull both of those off, I'm afraid. We'll do this again tomorrow morning at 9:06. Right here on SuperTalk, Mississippi, Pike County 93.5. My friend, I'll see you then.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.